Sorry, I know I'm late. No time for jokes or anything. This week reviewing Time Stories of Prophecy of Dragons. Past Ben's gonna kill me. Do not be alarmed by the red, it's just a disclaimer. Standard Time Stories review rules apply here. Character art is displayed as well as the first location and a new rules card, but no story spoilers. I will be vaguely describing a challenge I found frustrating through the medium of baking. If you want to go in completely blind or simply can't stand tortured metaphors, it might be best to shut this video down. Again, no story spoilers, I just don't want to get pitchforked by you lot. Anyway, here we go! Time Stories, A Prophecy of Dragons throws preferably 4 agents into an alternate reality where magic governs all and... Okay, let's address the massive anomaly in the room, shall we? Space Cowboys. Are we cool? Because I know I keep reviewing these Time Stories expansions and saying that they're not quite worth the 20 quid they're priced at, but totally worth it if you split the cost 4 ways. And you seem to have responded by giving Prophecy of Dragons the biggest deck of cards in a Time Stories case so far, and these cases go all the way back to 1921. Oh, what are you doing? I'm giving you value for money, you jerk. So, does more content make for a better case? No. Okay, so the art, yay, but the case as a whole, yay-ish, because the whole thing is brought down by its flaws that stick out like a sore thumb in a bowl of custard. The first thing you may notice as you tear open the shrink wrap is the batch of items seems a little denser than usual. I mean, look at this. It's not so much a deck of cards as it is an Argos catalogue full of lots of lovely things that's way too expensive for schmucks like yourselves. The thing is, you're going to have to win big at hypothetical fantasy bingo if you ever want a chance to nab most of this stuff. A majority of these items aren't simply given to you over the course of your adventure, they're rubbed in your eyes all at the same time and you're expected to pay for it there on the spot. And it's just too much information to process. I know that resetting the runs is meant to force you to really contemplate what you should be bringing with you on your adventure, to refine your inventory, but when you're thwacked over the noggin with this much to read through, especially on your first run, it just hinders the pace of the case. Dr. Seuss in the house. And it's that word, pacing, that's so important to Time Stories. This isn't just a game, it's a narrative experience you can share with your friends in real time. And when its flaws crop up, it seems to indicate that it's having trouble balancing that with its gameplay. Now, before I could look past it, it didn't hinder us too much. But here, there were just some cases where we just stopped dead in our tracks, be it through sheer information overload, or instances like the following, involving dice rolls. In one challenge, we were forced to complete 3 tests, all with a high number of shields. Oh, okay, so Ben doesn't like dice rolling. Yeah, we've heard it all before. Just wait. If at any point we failed one of these tests, we'd have to start them all over again. And whilst that's a really jerky thing to do, a real Lego brick to the eye, that's not what truly bothers me about this. What really gets on my nerves is the fact that only 2 out of the possible 8 characters you can pick at the beginning of the game are allowed to attempt these tests. That's kind of unforgivable in a co-op game that I've complimented in allowing you to have your own individual experiences whilst contributing to the greater whole, because in a best case scenario, which thankfully we had in that situation, half your team are basically just doing nothing, watching you roll dice, hoping that you get through, wasting time. It's boring. And what really confuses me is later on, it's done again, but in the most awesome of ways. It uses your entire team, your inventory, your skills, your brains, your knowledge of the entire plot. It's awesome. And this part here is... I didn't like it, okay? There's also some weird rules explanations in this case. Some of them change rules that have already been established. The use of magic whilst cool is a little bit bewildering to read, and having to stop the case in order to read all this stuff that you've got to go through that you thought you knew before, again, it affects pacing. But the reason why I find these things so incredibly infuriating is because I genuinely think this is the first Time Stories campaign you absolutely have to play. If you glance at the summary and dismiss this due to its frankly rather unimaginative setting, which I personally think is actually kind of cute, sorry, then you are casting out a case with twists and turns that left us gawping, and I don't gawp a lot. These were Looney Tunes level gawps. My eyes were so close to just popping out of their sockets. I just realised in animation terms that makes it sound like I'm attracted to it. I'm not. but it was quite cool. As it stands, A Prophecy of Dragons is the coolest Time Stories case so far, but it does seem to reinforce the idea that for every awesome thing you encounter, you're going to get something cruddy, you know, to balance it out quality-wise for some reason. Again, it's worth the £5 if you split the cost 4 ways, but if it didn't have its foibles, I'd probably be bold enough to say that it's worth the £20 price tag that it originally comes at. Are we not doing that anymore? Oh, okay. Anyway, hopefully these problems are ironed out before next time, when we go Under the Mask. Damn it, you're late for the late joke.
Sorry. Can I come in?
No.
Okay.